Hey Dana, this is Sarah from Flourish at Artisan Indie. And I have to say, I do these critiques all day, sometimes all the time. And, it's like Etsy shop after Etsy shop. And as exciting as it is, because I love all things Etsy, it kind of gets monotonous after a while. And when I came up upon your critique, to do your critique, I got so excited because I think out of all the Etsy shops that I've ever looked at, I love your name the best. The Wonky Punkin is like, it is fantastic. I love it so much. And I wasn't disappointed when I typed it into my browser to see your branding because I thought, oh my gosh, the Wonky Punkin, she better have something like really cool and creative and artsy. And sure enough, you do. You didn't disappoint. So anyway, I just had to share that with you. I was really excited. And I am excited to kind of go through your shop. I'm excited to go through everyone's shop, but yours just a little bit more because of the cool name. So 2 thumbs up to you for a creative name. Sometimes, and I talk about this with my clients, is if you're as a creative business, whether you're a crafter or an artist or a designer, part of the coolness of being a creative business owner is that you have the freedom to really get creative with your business name, with your branding, with your imagery, with even with your own sense of style as a maker, as a creator, right? So I get a little disappointed when I talk to some clients and it's their name in the word designs or their name in the studios. And I understand that there is a place for that sometimes too. I'm not putting down anyone, but I just love it when you're able to kind of get really free with design. And you've done it. The Wonky Punkin, keep it wonky. That's awesome. All right, so let's dive right in. We kind of just touched on branding. Branding, I think your branding is phenomenal. I love it. I love the name. I love the color. I love the design. I love this tagline, be wonky, be creative. I'm also very impressed that in your banner, in your shop, Etsy shop cover photo, you've put your website, your URL right here. I think that's fantastic. A lot of Etsy sellers don't realize they can do that. Absolutely, you can do it. Absolutely, 100%. Etsy does not say that you cannot advertise your website. You absolutely can. And in fact, they give you an area to even put it in and have it clickable under the About section. So I'm glad that you're taking it upon yourself to display your website, because if people like you and they like the vibe, they're going to go check out your website. They're going to say, oh my gosh, I need to bookmark this site, especially if you give them any kind of incentive for visiting your website. So perhaps in your announcement section, you can say something like, check out our website and get 10% off your first purchase here on Etsy. Or like join our newsletter, or join our VIPs, or join our pumpkin patch. Get it? Pumpkin patch. Okay, I know it's early. I don't know. I'm a mess. And receive 10% off your first purchase or something like that. Now Etsy does say they don't want you directing customers that are contacting you on Etsy to your own website, but you can do that in your announcement, and have that coupon good for their first Etsy purchase even. To get people on your list. And I mention that because I'm not critiquing your website right now, but I surely hope that you do have a sign up form on your website so you can build an email list so that you do have your customers that you can market to throughout the year, time and time again. All right, so I don't have anything to say about your branding other than, great job. High five, virtual high five, the Wonky Punkin. Perfect. I love it. It looks good. The shop icon looks good. It flows really well. It's awesome. Right here, shop owner, super cute picture of you. I would recommend for this particular picture for you to have a close-up of your face because we can't see you really. Let's have a close-up of your face and a really nice, bright smile. Think of this as your way of welcoming people into your shop. Like, hey, oh my gosh, hello, welcome to the Wonky Punkin. I think that would be a great way to welcome them. Let them get to know who you are, or at least recognize you by your face. Okay, so this right here is what Etsy calls the tagline. This is going to be keywords in here that should describe what you do and what you sell. Now, you have SVG cut files for your silhouette and Cricut. I mean, those are some pretty awesome keywords right there. If that is all that you do, then I say, that's awesome. Perfect. I'd leave it just as it is. Let me favorite your shop here. If you offer actual product, then I would add that in as well as a keyword. Okay. But if you don't, then you're perfect. All right. Right here's your featured items. I'm not super fond of the blue bars, but I can see why you would need it. And when I think about your target market, them being able to see it at a glance, I mean, we're not talking about regular normal shoppers that are, trying to find a gift for somebody. These are going to be DIYers. These are going to be other crafters, other shop owners. So I think in that respect, you're probably fine leaving it as it is. It's just awfully busy. And if somebody is searching SVG files in search, there's going to be a lot going on. I think that it would be cool if they could just see the design. But again, like I said, with your target market, I don't think it's going to matter so much. They know what they're going to be looking for. All right, way to go here. Look, you have it. Head to my website for design requests, newsletter sign up, and so much more. I would go ahead and take away the Wonky Pumpkin open December 31st, 2017, and that would bump this line up, and that way they could finish this sentence here. Great job. How long have you been in Flourish, Dana? Because you are doing all the things that we teach. So great job there. 177 items. Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of designing, sister. You have this nice and formatted properly. It's just nice and easy to read. Keywords. You have some really good keywords in here. That's awesome. Okay, gonna skip over that. Oh boy, you do not have an about section. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm kind of glad because, for a minute there, I was like, gosh, I'm not going to be able to critique anything. You're doing everything right. But you aren't. You do not have an about section. You need an about section, Dana. Yes, it's so important. Etsy themselves have said we're going to give our sellers a bump in ranking if you have a full and robust about page. So what does that mean? That means that you have two huge sections to fill. One is a slideshow of photos, and you have 5 photos that you can slideshow throughout. And actually, one of those can be a video slot where you can actually record a video. Hey, I'm Dana. This is what I do. This is why I do it, kind of thing. But, I know a lot of people don't like to be in front of the camera. So you don't really need to have a video, but it's nice if you can. But you want to show pictures of your workspace. And you might say, well, Sarah, I'm a designer on a computer. I really don't have a workspace. But you do, because that is your workspace. And that is where your brilliance comes. That is where your inspiration comes from. So if you can have your husband, your parents, your children, your friends, your roommate, your spouse, whatever, take a picture of you while you're on the computer designing. That is what makes your stuff valuable. They don't want to buy from somebody they don't know. They don't want to buy from a big corporation or a company. I mean, they may, of course. I mean, doesn't everybody shop on Hungry JPEG or Creative Market? Yeah, but this is handmade. This is from a small business, and that's what you're trying to showcase here in the About section. So I want to see pictures of you, pictures of your family, pictures of your workspace, pictures of maybe your pets. Tell me about you. And then the text, it needs to be about your story and maybe your background, maybe your experience, why you started doing what you're doing. That all adds value, and people are going to be more apt to support you than they are these bigger companies. So absolutely you need to get that in there. You don't have your website. You don't have your website down here. You have it up here in the banner, which is uber awesome, but you don't have it here. And this is where it's clickable. This is the only space that Etsy allows you to have a clickable link to your own website. So make sure that you put that there. If you have a Pinterest, if you have, well, you already have Instagram and Facebook. So Pinterest is good. You want to put that there. And remember, Pinterest is a big DIY site. So you should absolutely have a Pinterest leading back to your shop or website. Okay, so let's go back up. Now, I was looking at these earlier. So again, I recognize the kind of seller that you are, the kind of shop that you are, that what you offer. I know that these are mock-ups, but I'm just thinking, like, how cute and how colorful your design is. Wouldn't it be awesome if this whole mock-up, in other words, this shirt and this jeans and these shoes, instead of this kind of white lined wood background that everybody uses that is super annoying, if you had blocks of color. So like if you had like pink and then blue and then purple and then yellow and you might say, well, Sarah, that's kind of, no. If you had all of these colors that are in your logo behind these shirts, so it was like color blocks, your shop would just pop. Right now, it just kind of, like, I don't get the idea of these mock-ups. Like, since you're just selling the design, you're not selling the feeling of the outfit. You're selling to the person who's going to make this on a shirt. I think I would just have the shirt and a colorful design. And let me show you what I mean here. I'm going to go to Ink and Elm, and I know these are actual backdrops. You're going to want mock-ups, but just to kind of give you an idea of what I mean. Let me go to their solid. And for anyone watching that doesn't know what Ink and Elm is one of my favorite shops on Etsy with almost 42,000 sales. They sell vinyl backdrops. So these are the cool things that you can put your products on to make it look like something great for product photography. And they have them from really teeny small sizes up to really big sizes. And no, they don't give me anything for saying this. I'm just a big fan. Okay, see? So like pink, blue. Look how pretty this is, right? In this block. Imagine though that's in your shop, right? And you have a white t-shirt on it with your design. I think now not all shops could pull that off, right? They couldn't, but your shop totally could. I mean, it would be so cool to see these blocks in your shop with a white t-shirt with your design on it. Just an idea. I know you got lots of items and, you know, have to redo the mock-ups and the designs. It'd be a nightmare, and I don't think that's going to stop you from having sales, but I think that it would improve the aesthetics of your shop. And even if you just did a couple a day, I think it would really make a big difference. Okay, your pricing, you're using whole pricing. I'm not a fan of that. I would absolutely bump this up to 99 cents. Make $1 more on your items, $3.99 instead of $3. I mean, you could go $2.99, but I think $3.99 would be better. You'd make some more money on your items, and you know, people are going to see $3 and $3.99 is the same, so you're like leaving money on the table there. So I absolutely would do $3.99 and bump up your profit a little bit. I make this cap look good. Okay, so tell me, this is something that you're not doing really. With your featured items, do you know that you should have your seasonal stuff up right now? Graduation's coming up, Mother's Day's coming up. You know, definitely put in your seasonal stuff up here. Not that baseball mom or unicorn mom is also trending, because it is, but I would probably put some of your seasonal stuff up there. Mother's Day, graduation, all this stuff. Bye pre-K, hello kindergarten. Crazy coupon lady. Totally digging your stuff. All right, let's look at your SEO. Bye. Bye, pre-K, SVG, preschool, cut file, school, SVG, preschool shirt designs. Yep. These look great. I'm not a big fan of the double lines. You know, I don't know if you've been in Flourish, how long you've been in Flourish, but space dash space is what I like to see, just for the end user, the customer in your shop. That's what looks better. But, you know, Tomato, tomato. These work too. I don't like watermarks on pictures, although I think yours are very, very subtle. I'm not a huge fan, but again, when I think of your target market and I think of, it being other crafters, they're going to know what the deal is with that. So I don't think you're fine. Overall, I think your shop is great. I think it's great. I love it. I love the design. It gave me a good feeling right off the bat. I don't really see a whole lot of area of opportunity. I think you can make more money by bumping these prices up a little bit. And I think your shop overall could look better if you would change out your backgrounds. And you definitely need to get your about page up because that is hurting you in search. But other than that, I give you really a high five. It looks great. I don't see anything major that you have to do as far as, improving it. I think that definitely your next step, I'm not looking at your website now, but would be to really work on your website and get your email list built up and really establish, maybe write a blog, maybe start getting your customers kind of transferred over there, at least to buy from you there and to really build your business up online. And like I said, with Pinterest being such a great traffic source, I would look into maybe even a Shopify website if you don't have one already, where you could do a buyable pin. They could buy right from Pinterest. All right, so that's all I got for you. It's not a really long critique, but there wasn't a whole lot to critique because you're doing a great job. If you have any questions, you can always respond back to this critique. I'm going to send you in your Etsy Convo area. And feel free to ask me any questions. If you're in Flourish, which I believe you are, you can, of course, reach out to me, tagging me in the Club Flourish Facebook group, or you can contact me by PM. If you are watching this on YouTube and you are like, wow, this was great information, and I need to learn how to optimize my website, I need to learn how to optimize my Etsy shop, I need to learn how to sell on Amazon, whatever your questions are in regards to your craft business and growing it in an online environment, we can help here in Flourish at Artisan Indie. You can learn more on our website, www.artisanindie.com. There is a Join Flourish button. You can click on that and learn more. We would love to have you. And everybody have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.